One of the real problems in translating is the English second person. We don't have an easy way to distinguish singular from plural. And every once in a while, we'll come across a passage where the difference is really significant. In Matthew 26:40, we read, "And he comes to the disciples," or his disciples. The article can function as a personal pronoun. "And he finds them sleeping," this is in Gethsemane, "and he says to Peter," and that's actually the important part, he says to Peter, "So you are not able 1 hour to keep watch with me." So the interesting question is, if you have a singular Peter, why is the verb plural? Well, the answer is pretty simple, that while he was speaking to Peter, he was referring to all three of them. And that's kind of an important difference, isn't it? Jesus isn't just telling Peter, "Can't you, Peter, stay awake?" But he's saying to Peter, as the leader of the group, "Can't all of you stay awake?" Well, how do you say all of you? It's interesting that in the NIV, it's "couldn't you men." Now you look at men and you go, why on earth did he put men in there? There's no anthropos in the Greek. That's the NIV's way of indicating that it's plural. And you'll notice in the NASB, they do the same thing, but they italicize men to indicate it's not actually one of the words in the Greek. When you go through the other translations, ESV, "could you?" NRSV, "could you?" CSB, "couldn't you?" Net, "couldn't you?" Even the NLT, "couldn't you watch?" So all of them, except for the NASB and the NIV, are content to leave out that piece of information. That's unfortunate because it's an important piece of information. Jesus isn't speaking just to Peter, or he's not speaking about Peter, because that certainly is what you would get if you just translate this plural verb as "you." But I think it's important to understand that all three of them, while even though he is speaking to Peter, that he is referring to all three of them. Second persons can be tricky.